All right, I told you as the San Diego Comic-Con is running, and we are currently in the second day, that I would be doing videos if any big information came out. Now, there was a bomb dropped yesterday. The SnyderVerse is dead, according to Jim Lee. Now, I'm going to point something out that's interesting here. No matter what happens, the SnyderVerse is never going to be dead. We have all the characters that he created starring in their movies, all right? And even the rumors from The Flash are leaving the door for Ben Affleck to come back as Batman. So the door is not shut and is never going to be fully shut, no matter what they do, okay? What Jim Lee is talking about is Zack Snyder's Justice League. There was a panel yesterday where he was doing a question and answer session, and somebody asked him about, continuing on with Zack's story. And he said there are no plans to do that. Now, I'm going to point two interesting things out. First of all, they've already talked about, he was specifically talking about the stills and the things that he had done some artwork, and that stuff is available online for Zack Snyder when they were planning out the second and third movie. And he thought all that stuff had been lost. He talked about that in that little quick question and answer session. And he basically said he thought that stuff was gone, but Zack Snyder had kept it. Well, Zack Snyder has stated that those things have changed. If he did come back and do sequels, they're not going to be the same as what he had originally planned. Those things have evolved over time because he's had more time to think about it. So there are no plans to continue on with Zack's story. There is no doubt that Zack is working on something because he posted something back in November of last year when he would have been having talks with, Warner Brothers Discovery about, he did a Final Crisis video during Thanksgiving. It's unmistakable. He's not just putting that out there just to put that out there, but Jim Lee is saying it's dead. Now, here's the crazy thing. It's the middle of the Comic-Con. With the big reveal with Henry Cavill coming on Saturday, do you really think if they're going to restore the SnyderVerse, they're going to have Jim Lee announce it during his question and answer session right then and there? Do you really think he's going to let the cat out of the bag if they are going to restore it? Now, I'm not saying it's going to be restored, but there is still a good possibility it could be. And I don't know. Nobody has that definitive answer. But I will tell you that it's not dead and buried, at least not yet. And I will tell you personally, I think it would be a huge mistake for them not to do Justice League 2 and 3. I've said many times, I don't think Zack Snyder needs to be involved in everything that DC does. But I love what he has created. I love the characters he has cast. I love the world that he's created. And Zack Snyder's Justice League is one of my all-time favorite superhero films ever. That film is freaking amazing. And how the studio could look at that and not want to do a 2 and 3 boggles my mind. If you announce that, your stock is going to skyrocket. You're going to get everybody talking. I do not understand how they could miss that as an opportunity. We don't know if it's dead and buried yet. Jim Lee is not going to let the cat out of the bag 2 days before a big announcement. Think about that for a minute. And everybody is reporting this as fact. Yeah, he did say this. There is no question that Jim Lee talked about this. But that doesn't mean things aren't happening behind the scenes and that there aren't other plans. So we're going to see where this all leads. If there's anything big that gets revealed today, I really don't think there's going to be a whole lot of big information coming out today because the Hall H thing is tomorrow, and I am going to be standing by to see what comes out of that, as the day goes on. So look for more videos if we get more information. I do appreciate it. We'll see you guys shortly.